Hello everybody, welcome back. We're back with Sport Federation TV. As you of course heard before the break, we were telling you that a number of district sport councils have in fact over the last few weeks been having their sport awards. Just this very week to this Friday, it's the Overberg Sports Awards, and then of course this coming Saturday, it's the West Coast Sports Awards, and next week it's going to be the Cape Wineland Sports Awards, and all of that leads up to the annual Provincial Sports Awards, the Western Cape Sports Awards, that sees the best athletes in the province get nominated to win those accolades to be sportsman, sportswoman, volunteer, Federation of the Year, to then go to the South African National Awards later in the year. In studio with me, and she is second-time reigning Sportswoman of the Year, Hayley Preen. Hayley, nice to have you with us on Sport Federation TV.
Thank you for having me here.
Did I say it right? This is your second time that you've won Sportswoman of the Year?
Yes, I think the last time I won it was in 2019.
2019. What did you win it for in 2019?
I think a mix between horse riding, cycling and running, and maybe a bit of triathlon as well.
Just like, so you are one of these unique athletes that is, there's not many athletes that are able to come onto the show with us, and when we ask them which sport do you do, that they're unable to tell us exactly which sport it is that you do, but that's what you do. You excel in multiple codes. Which are all the codes that you active in?
Well, I've always been very competitive in horse riding and running back in school, in cross country, and then I moved into triathlon, and then from that I moved into cycling. So now cycling is my focus. Horse riding I'll always do if I'm in South Africa, but cycling is my focus, and then I still run.
So how long have you been horse riding? Because you've had some remarkable achievements at a global level in the horse riding space, and of course we're talking about show jumping, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Horse riding, I've been doing it since I was born. My mom was a top show jumper, so as long as I can remember. And for now, it's been focused on show jumping. But when I was a junior, I did all the disciplines. As a pony rider, I did all the disciplines. Yeah. But now focused on show jumping.
You're doing show jumping. What was your most recent competition?
I've been overseas for a few months for cycling. So my most recent show jumping competition was Western Cape Adult Show Jumping Champs back in March. Yeah, and that was just before I went overseas for cycling. Yeah,
so tell us about the cycling. I mean, you've obviously got your sights set on a massive future. What are you currently doing? Or what was your most recent cycling competition?
Well, like I had nationals at the start of the year, road nationals, mountain bike nationals as well, I actually took part in. And then the Cape Epic for my third time starting it, so I completed it for the second time. And then I've been based in Belgium for the past 5 months, racing for a UCI continental team, women's continental team.
Right, that's wow, that's the big stuff now.
So I've been racing all over Europe, in the UK, went to World Champs in Scotland.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you train internationally with a team that is dedicated to cycling every day?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you guys go around the world and compete in different events?
Yes, so a lot of races in Belgium, France as well. I think we raced in Luxembourg, Poland.
How long is your average race when you're there? Is it like Tour de France type thing?
No, it's probably about, for our women's races, maybe like 130 kilometers.
Right.
Our World Champs race was 160.
Okay, so how often do you do that when you're competing?
Racing in Europe is completely different to racing in South Africa. We have races almost every week. Yeah. So racing quite often, and there's smaller races which you can do in between if there aren't other bigger races. So you're always racing, and it's good training as well.
So do you stay in a high performance environment? Are you constantly cycling, sleeping, training, eating, cycling again?
Yes, pretty much. We stay in what we call like a team house that our team was renting in Belgium, and then our other members from the team were staying there as well, like other members that aren't racing or aren't from Europe, so from all over. So it's just we're based in one place.
So at the recent Cape Town Sports Awards, you walked away with the Sportswoman of the Year again. From a South African point of view, how do you see, what has your progression been like? I mean, we know that you had 2019, you won this, but what has your progression been over the last few years? Has it been specific events, or have you just been loving competing in all these different sport codes?
I mean, I just love competing in everything. But cycling really took off, I think, in 2021.
Yeah.
I first went to the African Champs in Egypt.
Is that the cycling?
For cycling.
For road cycling.
For road cycling. And placed second in the road race.
Wow.
And then I think 2 weeks after that, we had our national champs road race as well. And it was my first year elite, and I managed to win the elite title, which was a big surprise for me.
Yeah.
But kind of from then, it's just grown and been more focused on cycling.
Do you come back to South Africa and train?
Yeah, so racing in Europe is very much like their summer season.
Seasonal.
So the season is coming to the end now, so that's why I'm back at home.
Yeah.
I'll be back here until next year.
Okay.
And we'll have our nationals again in Feb or early in the year, and then hopefully head back to Europe.
So what do you do now, from now to February?
Well, we have our like South African races. There's some mountain bike races, and then other big road races at the end of the year, and then just train, because then we need to get in shape for nationals at the start of the year.
How do you find the balance between, you even mentioned triathlon. I mean, how do you find the balance in training for road cycling and mountain biking? Those are two cycling codes, and then of course triathlon as well. Do you train on the road right on a Saturday and the cycling on Sunday?
So triathlon I'm not doing anymore.
Right.
I think I went to World Champs in 2017 and 2019 or 2018 maybe. And since then I haven't done it. I used to do the Xterra, like the off-road triathlon. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then Xterra stopped in the country, and now it's come back. But I'm just not swimming. I mean, I'm cycling, and I run now, and I just fit in the running where I can with my cycling training. Yeah. But yeah, so triathlons I'm not doing for now, and then cycling is mainly road focused, because that is my focus.
Yeah.
But then when it comes closer to March and the Cape Epic, because I'm always keen to do that, then I'll spend more time on the mountain bike.
You know, one of the things that we know is that nobody is successful with any of these sport codes unless they have a successful team around them. In some cases, it's mom or dad. Other times, they've got high-performance coaches. There's a variety. How do you do it?
My parents have always been a very big support. My mom on the horse riding side, and then my dad in the cycling and running, although they both support everything. And then just sponsors and friends around and training mates, and because I love training with people, so
so you guys get together over the weekend, you all put your bikes on the roof and off you go?
Yeah, well, like road cycling around Hout Bay, we'll always meet at a place, or we'll just meet on the road and do a nice big loop together and train together. Even during the week, manage to ride together, unless we've got specific training sessions to do, like intervals.
And you mentioned sponsors. Have you got sponsors that look after you in the cycling space? Obviously, if one is doing the Epic, you need quite a bit of support. But to be able to perform at the level that you're performing, you've got sponsors that look after you, they'll help you with your bike, your nutrition. What kind of sponsors you got?
Yes, so on the bike side, Freewheel Psychology help me.
Right.
They support me. And then Garmin are helping me with the watches and bike computers and like everything related to that. And then Salomon have always supported me on the running side since 2016.
Right.
So I've got a very good relationship with them.
And that's obviously from an equipment point of view, but do they also spend time with you on how to use equipment? I mean, when you're using a Garmin, you almost need a degree to figure it out.
I think once you've been in the sport for a while, you learn it, and you realize how it works, and
Hayley, we're going to leave it at that. Congratulations. You're an absolute legend in South Africa. I think you probably are aware of that. Congratulations on again being Sportswoman of the Year. You're an inspiration. You're an inspiration to all of the women that are participating in sport, and all the women that we want to get to participate in sport. We kind of see the rest of your, let's say, your track going forward.
Thank you very much.
There we go. There we go, folks. Hayley Preen, Sportswoman of the Year in Cape Town. Of course, we're going to see what happens at the Western Cape Awards as well. But wow, what an inspiration. Keep an eye out for this young lady. She's got nowhere to go but up, and we'll be tracking her and supporting her all of the way. We'll see you after the break. Don't go away.